Assalamu alaikum learners and welcome to another week of science. Our theme of this week is pedagogy, that means student empowerment, and the value of the month is friendship, mutual trust, support and respect amongst friends. Let's have a look. What's the topic today? Today we're going to learn about big and small habitats. You can refer to your science textbook, page number 6 and 7 for this. Have a look at the learning outcomes. In this lesson, you will identify the most living things live in a habitat to which they are suitable and discuss how a single tree is habitat for some living things. Last but not the least, you will list some living things you might find under a log. Here we go. These are your keywords. On number 1, we have the word big. Number 2, small. Number 3, environment. And number 4, habitat, microhabitat. Word micro means small, very small, tiny. So on number 4, we have a new word that you're learning today, microhabitat. Big and small habitat. Have a look. You all know what type of habitat is this, don't you? Yes, you're right, it's an ocean. So what should a habitat such as ocean provide? Why, ocean is most suitable habitat for sharks. You can pause the video here and you can think about the answers to these questions. Here, the next habitat is rainforest. Can forest animals survive in the ocean? Think about it, learners. What type of animals live in the rainforest and why do they live in rainforest? You can refer to page 6 and 7. Big and small habitat. This is your science textbook. Talking about big and small habitat. Here you can see on the right side, this is an image of Amazon jungle. You can see it is so big that it can be seen from the globe, from the satellite. This is a satellite view. So all the habitats like plants and animals, they need to survive. And some habitats such as oceans, rainforest or desert are very large. We call these areas an environment. You can see in the picture down below, this on your left hand side is satellite image of ocean. So you can see about 71% of the earth is water, and which holds like around 96.5% of the water of the earth, which means there are lots of creatures living in the water, maybe more than the humans living on the earth. Isn't it interesting, learners? Here we go. Why is a tree a good habitat for a bird? Look at the picture. Why do you think the birds make their home in the trees? Can you come up with a reason? List some reasons in your copybook. Think about these questions. What other animals does a tree provide a habitat for? Other than birds, do any animals live in the tree? Think about it. Here, let's list down some of the animals that might live in a tree and put it in your copybook. You can write as many as you can. Refer to the picture here. Bees make their home on the trees. That's a honey hive. Then sometimes snakes do live in the trees. Ants, monkeys like to swing there. Squirrels, parrots, crows, and there are many more. So come up with a list and list down some of the animals that might live in a tree in your science copybook. Some habitats are even smaller than a single tree, maybe underneath a log. A log is a small piece of wood Or some habitats are just stones or shells. If you have been to the beach, you might have seen sometimes some tiny little crabs live in a shell. So their shell is their habitat. It's their home, like a snail. So we call these very small habitat. They are known as micro habitat. Micro means small, very small. Here is a task for you. List some living things you might find under a log. And why do you think these living things live there? Last but not the least, here is a link for you to have some fun with games. Match the animals to their right habitat. Let's see if you got this. So what have you learned today? According to your understanding, pick the number and talk about these questions. Ask yourself if you can identify the most living things live in a habitat to which they are suitable. Then we have if you can discuss how a single tree is habitat for some living things, and last but not the least, you can list some animals you might find under a log. Pick your number according to that. If you have any doubts, do ask your teacher in the lesson during the class. Have fun, take care. I'll see you in the next lesson. Assalamu alaikum.